Hello! It's Azure! Hi Azure, welcome stream, how's it going? Also, can you tell Lulu hi from me? Tell her that I love her very much. I hope you're doing well, Azure. And yeah, big oofs from me. Yeah, I have my brain. Heck yeah. Planning to play some more Code Realize today. Doing like all the routes until Lupin's. So. Heck yeah, I love you and Lulu the mostestest, and that's a fact. It's an absolute fact. But yeah. Tell Lulu I miss her. Miss her very much. She's the best. And so are you, Azure. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're both doing well. What are you guys doing right now? Oh, you. Okay, I forgot I need to also send out the tweet. I haven't been doing that lately. I keep forgetting to send out the tweet. Oh no, don't put playing dumb. Playing some more Code Realize on my hashtag Twitch, hashtag stream. https://twitch /Anya the nerd. There we go. I'm gonna punch you, Azure. I'm gonna beat you up. Biggest of beefs. A tweet. There we go. Who says she loves... Oh, I love Lulu and miss her the most, and that's a fact. Lulu is the best. But yeah, normally I would drop into the call and just say hi. I would drop into the call and say hi before starting the stream, but I was like super late today. Also, the caps works well for that. It's like you're yelling, like, why are you mad at me? I'm right. You're here in spirit. Heck yeah, let's go. But yeah, I had pancakes today. Mom made some homemade pancakes and I was really happy about it. I was really, really, really happy about it. It was very delicious. Literally, the ones my mom makes are like the only pancakes I like. And they're so good. Thank you, thank ya. And you may be right, but you shouldn't say it. But yeah, I hope you're both doing well. Hope you both are having a good day so far. But yeah, I still love the fact that that's all capped. No you, Asher. No you. I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna punch you in the gut. I'm gonna knock your teeth in. Bring me those sausages. I'm still drinking my coffee, so my brain isn't fully awake yet, but I'm here. You're ready to play more dating sim visual novels where I can't date my favorite boy until, like, I play all other routes. So I'm playing all the other routes and then showing off the final route because it's the best route. But yeah. Gotta show off my boy. My favorite boy. Love him very much. I'm debating on how exactly I want to do this because, on the one hand, like, I could do it so that people watching the stream can decide what choices I make. So, like, you, Azure, you can decide, like, the choices that I make throughout the game, because I know that I saved right where a choice was happening. And, basically, you would get to decide the choices, Azure, like, other people watching would get to decide the choices, and I would go through the route like that. The other option is I could just follow a walkthrough, since I've been through all this before and we can just experience the story. And I would just go through the recommended route order, basically, on, like, who we should go with first, second, third, fourth, and then to the final, you know? So it really depends on how you want to do it, or anyone else wants to. Of course. Whatever is most fun for you. I mean, for me, since I've gone through pretty much all of the game, it might be best if I just go through it and we just show the story, because that's, like, the main thing I want to show is the story stuff. So I could just go to the recommended route order then. Let's kind of go through that, which means our first boy is gonna be Impy, the red-haired guy, the red-haired idiot. Heck yeah. Okie doke. So I have a walkthrough open. I'm gonna admit that right now. I have a walkthrough open. Make sure that I don't mess this up. So from what I remember, this game's a bit easier most of the time. Like, there's certain choices that I feel like are a bit mean in whether one choice is right or not. Like, I have this very specific memory for Lupin's route where there's like a choice where both responses seem exactly the same, but one lets you continue on to the true ending, whereas the other one freaking kills you. And I still remember it to this day because it's such a dumb choice. Oh my gosh. So of course, none of that still measures up to some of the ways that choices were done in stuff like Dramatical Murder, but you know, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother genre, basically. But at least, here's another thing. At least it's not Birushana's insanity of a system, which I hate with all my heart, mind, and soul. That was awful. I loved the characters in that game. I thought a lot of it was cool, but oh my gosh, don't even remind me about Pio Fiore and when I was trapped in that. Like, remind me about Pio Fiore, but only remind me of Yang, the best character. The best man. Don't remind me of Nicola, where I was literally trapped in the kitchen for an entire round. Don't remind me. Oh my gosh. And I just love that if you look up memes about his route, there's a lot of people who talk about the fact that you're just like trapped in the kitchen for that route. I know, right? It was so good. Best route, best route, best route, best route, best route, best route. Yes, yes, yes. Yang's route. Top tier route. Let's go. Yeah. Anyway, I should probably open up the game or something. Would probably help. Where's code realize? Where's my Ryugenix? Open up Ryugenix. Ah, I accidentally opened it multiple times. Okay, no, it fixed itself. It fixed itself. No, it wants me to update Ryugenix to the latest version. Okay, fine, I'm updating it. Hope this doesn't kill my PC. Rest in pieces. Rest in pieces. Hope it doesn't mess up my settings on Ryugenix. It always wants me to update, like, all the time. I'll open up Ryugenix, it's like, there's a new update, by the way. Wanna update it? And I'm like, no. Oh no, here we go again. At least it tells me, though. There are some emulators where it's like, it updated like 5 million years ago, but you don't know that. You don't know that. Let's start it. Let's start the game. Okay. Oh, it's already there. It's just behind my... There we go. There it is. Clicking through, clicking through, clicking through. This game is a work. Yeah. It's a work of something. Work of love. Mix. Come back out. Yeah, I love the aesthetic of this game. It's so good. Very well done. This very good steampunk aesthetic. The steampunk aesthetic is definitely a look. Definitely a look. Oh no! Okay. For a second I was like, oh god, it's gonna force me to watch the intro again, but nah. We good. We good. We good. So, as we talked about, we're gonna go through Impy's route first. So for Impy's route, we're gonna allow it. By allow it, I mean last time when we were talking to Victor Frankenstein over here, he was like, can I please look at your body to examine it to see if I can fix you or whatever, and we're supposed to either allow it or remain defensive. What am I doing? How am I doing that? How am I doing that? Okay. I was accidentally using the stick to go up and down, and if I tilt the stick up, it lets me see the history. Victor Frankenstein wants to do it so that we can fix the poison in our body or whatever. He said strictly as a doctor, though of course if we go down his route, that's not the case, but you know. Anyways, allow it. Alright, I'd like you to try. Look at him, he's so cute. I love, as I said, absolutely adore the art style in this. Victor smiles and looks relieved.
よかった。出会ったばかりの僕を受け入れてもらえるかわからなかったから。ありがとう。
I do have one question though. Why are you going through so much trouble to help me?
それは僕にも力を貸してほしいことがあるんだ。
Also, yeah, this is the one with Lupin. It's also the one where Lupin is the locked route, so that's why I said we have to play everybody else's route before we can get on his route, even though the game from the very beginning really points towards Lupin being like, he's the main guy, he's the true route, he's the best boy. Don't you love him? Isn't he so good? Like, they spent like the first hour of the game only getting to know about him and seeing him. And then the game's like, oh, but sorry, you gotta play it through the whole rest of the game. Because guess what? Throughout the rest of the common route, we're still gonna have some really good moments with Lupin during the rest of this common route. And it just makes it so much funnier to me that you can't date him until like the end of the game, because it's like the game's like, isn't he great? Isn't he great? Well, you'll have to play through the rest of the game to get to him. Makes me laugh, because normally in a lot of dating sims, a lot of times the quote-unquote true route like that is usually like some hidden person that you don't even really have access to knowing about yet. Like in Pio Fiore, I mentioned that the true route, like, of course there's the technical true route with Dante, but the real true route is with a guy that like is seemingly just a side character in all the other routes, but turns out to be the main guy. And that's how like a lot of visual novels do it, where it's like, oh, this true route is actually this secret character that seemed to only be like a side character or whatever. But this game is like, nah, the main guy, he is the true route, and you can't date him yet. Sucks to be you, nerd. Speedrun to Lupin's route, let's go, heck yeah. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. Doing the walkthrough, so we got this. I can?
もうかなりの間逃亡生活を続けてる。このままじゃ見つかるのも時間の問題だ。できればしばらく君たちの家にかくまってほしいんだ。
He gives me a plaintive look. I think for a while before I speak. It's not my home, so it isn't my place to decide anything like that. I'll ask Lupin. I think he'll say yes. Because he's a good boy! Because he's a hero!
信用してるんだね。その人のこと。
He's great! I feel a tickle in my chest like a butterfly and take a paper from my pocket. See, do you see what I mean, Azure? The game really is pushing for him. Being like, oh, look, Cardia, like, trusts him right off the bat. She thinks he's amazing. She felt a little flustered at when Victor pointed out that she trusted him, but nah, you can't date him yet. You gotta wait until the end of the game. But I will say that the wait is worth it, because that route, top tier route. Let's go. Victor asks what it is, and I tell him that it's a map. Lupin gave me this so I could find my way there in case we were separated.
どうしたの？カルディア。
I don't know where we are now, though.
地図によれば、この道を上がっていけば屋敷に着くはずだね。
Victor and I walk along the street together, the moonlight shining through the leaves of the tree. It's funny to me to see the forests and hills enclosed within a city's walls.
この辺りは環境がいいから、富裕層の屋敷や別荘なんかがあるんだけど、ルパンという人は貴族か何かなの？
I don't know much about him myself, but one thing that I do know is that Lupin is a thief with a heart of justice.
泥棒。え？泥棒なの？というか正義なの？泥棒なのに？
Yes, you're running from the cops. Victor tilts his head to the side as if in thought and continues walking. Then, without warning, the forest clears, revealing a huge mansion standing before us. What's with the uh-huh?
ずいぶん立派な屋敷だね。地図によれば、ここが彼らの屋敷らしいけど。
I'm not too sure myself. I look up at the mansion in awe as Victor double checks the map.
でも、ここで間違いないみたいだよ。明かりもついてる。行ってみようか。
Victor starts toward the door, but I stop in my tracks and look down at my feet.
どうしたんだい？
They're probably going to be worried. I caused them trouble and I don't know how I'm going to face them. Aw, Cardia.
そうか。ならなおさら、早く姿を見せて安心させてあげなくちゃ。きっとみんな、君の到着を待っているはずだよ。
Yeah, oh, Victor's such a good boy. Victor's right. I nod and push open the gate to enter the gardens surrounding the mansion. That sound effect was a little too legit and it startled me a little bit. We walk towards the looming main building. Don't worry about it, Kappa. That makes me worry about it even more. I take a deep breath and knock on the door. There is no response. I try again. Again, no reaction. No matter how much I knock, nobody answers the door. I push on it lightly, and the door swings open with a creak. Huh? It's open. That seems a bit careless.
待って。様子がおかしい。僕が先に行こう。君は後ろに。
Aw, snap. He pushes the door open and we can see inside into a huge foyer.
これはすごい。ルパンという人は相当な貴族だね。
Victor takes a step into the hall. At that moment...
動くな！
Oh, freak! Lupin and Impy stand to either side of Victor, looking ready to attack.
手荒い歓迎だね。
黙ってろ。てめえ、指名手配犯のフランケンシュタインじゃねえか。そいつに何しやがった。返答次第じゃ、ただじゃおかねえぞ。
まさかこんなことからあんなことまでなんて羨まいや決して
Oh my god, Impy! No.
まず、そいつは返してもらうぜ。俺の大切な盗品を。
具体的に何しやがった。つぶさんにつまびらかに話せちくしょう。
Let me explain!
カルディアちゃん、もう大丈夫だから、今夜俺がきちんと慰めてあげるから、ね。
Impy, I'm gonna punch you in the face!
ベッドの上で。
僕はいつまで手を挙げてればいいのかな。
俺がいいって言うまでだ。つがインピ、お前はちょっと黙ってろって。
Listen to me! Hoop and Impy and Victor all look at me in surprise at my sudden outburst. Having to shout like that was a little embarrassing, but I clear my throat. Victor is, all he did was save me.
なるほど。どうやら無理やり連れてこられたとか、そういうことじゃなさそうだな。
I'm gonna punch you, Azure! I nod.
おいフランケンシュタイン、俺の彼女に手を出してみろ。ただじゃおかな。いってえ、いきなり殴るなよルパン。俺の天才的頭脳がダメになったらどうすんだ。
I love you more, Azure.
安心しろ。てめえの頭はそれ以上ダメにならねえ。で、事情を聞かせてもらおうか、お二人さん。
I'm sorry you were worried about me. Impy and Lupin take a breath to speak, but I keep talking before they can interrupt. This man is the wanted criminal Victor Frankenstein, but he also saved my life. I explain how I met Victor and give them a summary of the events that happened to us. Of course, I also made sure to tell them that Victor was innocent of the attack that he was blamed for on the posters. And Victor wants to use this place to hide for a while in exchange for searching for a way to help me with my poison.
彼女の治療法の研究以外にも僕にできることは何でもする。君たちへの協力は惜しまないよ。
Victor!
元宮廷錬金術師筆頭官か。錬金術に関するこの国の最高頭脳ね。まあいいだろう。頼りになりそうだ。俺はアルセーヌ・ルパン。世紀の大泥棒だ。そいつのことよろしく頼むぜ。
ああ、よろしく。
俺はインピー・バービケーン。いずれ月に行く男だ。よろしくな。ところでさ、フランちゃん。本当に彼女の毒をなんと
No, you, Azure. Impy leans close to Victor and pokes him in the chest with his finger.
努力はしてみるよ。
おう、期待してるぜ。カルディアちゃん、やったね。ようやく俺たち二人、愛を交わすことができるね。
What? I'm sorry, but even if we were to rid my body of this poison, I have no intention of consummating anything.
今がダメでも明日があるさ。大丈夫。Never give up!
The funny thing is we're going on his route, so actually he's right this time. Nothing about this strikes me as alright at all.
それじゃあここにかくまってくれるんだね。
いいんじゃないか。まあこの屋敷の主がうんと言えばだけどな。
とりあえず疲れただろ。あんま手の込んだもんは作れねえけど、ちゃちゃっと飯にしようぜ。
You can cook, Impy?
おうともよ、もちのろんだぜ。これでも料理の腕には自信があるんだ。
On it, actually, Azure, that is gonna happen eventually.
僕は何から何までへっぽこだけどな。
ちっちっち、他も超一流だっての。ルパンってば、嫉妬しちゃってさ。
へいへい。
さあ行こうぜカルディアちゃん。リビングはこの奥だ。
Lupin and Impy start walking away.
君の仲間は随分と面白い人たちなんだね。
Tomodachis?
違うのかい？
Yes, they are. Let's go. Oh, Cardia! I slowly walk after Lupin and Impy. Love the genuine Anya, hee hee, heck yeah. You should be tired after all that's happened, but I feel lighthearted. Heck yeah. I don't know why, just sometimes when I laugh it comes out as hee hee. Like the Michael Jackson hee hee. The meals served in the dining hall have a very delicate flavor, which was certainly unexpected considering Impy cooked it. Victor, Impy, and Lupin. It's been so long since I last had a meal with a group this large. It helped me to remember that eating with others can be fun. We all told each other about ourselves as we ate. Lupin is trying to find my father in order to prevent a large-scale terrorist attack. Impy is working alongside Lupin because he wants to go to the moon. Though it's hard to tell if he's serious about that or just joking. I think he's pretty serious. And Victor says he will search for a way to cure me in exchange for helping him stay here in hiding. I'm with Lupin. I'm looking for Isaac, my father. There are so many things I need to ask him. Why is there a hololegume in my chest? Why did I wake alone? What did Father want me to do? There is so much I don't know. And one more thing. I want to rid my body of this poison. I want to live as a person, not as a monster. Father must hold the clues to making this happen. After we finish our meal, Lupin says he has prepared a room for me and will take me to it.
まあ、これだけ部屋があんだから、どれでも自由に使ってもらって結構なんだが、屋敷の主が変わり者でよ。貴族のくせに使用人を雇いやがらねえ。掃除なんかは時々俺らも手伝わされるが、基本的に自分でやってる。ケチとかってんじゃなくて趣味だな、ありゃ。まあ、この広すぎる屋敷全部に手が回るはずもなくてよ。ゆえに使える部屋も限られてるってわけ。
What are the rest of them used for?
だいたい物置だな。古美術品集めが趣味らしくてよ。そういったものを置く場所になってんだ。と、そうそう、ここだ。
We enter the room. It's very soothing. The moonlight shines in through the window. And what's this faint scent? It's very calming. The room seems like a perfect place to relax. Lupin pushes a switch on the wall and the room lights up at once. What's that?
街中にある街灯と同じだ。ガス灯だよ。スイッチ一つで明るくなる。このロンドンじゃ、ちょっとした屋敷ならみんなついてるぜ。
Gas lamp. As the name suggests, a device that burns gas to create light. Due to ventilation issues, they are mainly used outside or in places with good airflow. Wow, it's like magic. Oh, the bed.
おう、シーツは変えておいたから存分に使ってって、お前、寝るのってどうしてたんだ？
The bed in the mansion had special sheets, so my poison wouldn't destroy them. They were special just like my clothes. An outfit similar to a dress worn by the heroine. With Isaac's technology, it has the ability to counter the poison within her.
このベッドは溶けるよな。
My hair doesn't cause melting, so it would be fine if I sleep on my back.
そっか。って言っても寝返り打ったら大惨事だな。 明日フランに何か対策取れないか聞いてみるか。それまでは
Gaslight, perfect for gaslighting.
なる
Heck
べ
yeah.
く頑張れ。
Alright, I'll try not to move. Also, once again, we're alone with Lupin. The game really pushing for that Lupin Cardia action, but then telling us we can't date him yet. The struggle is real. But yeah, my main goal is basically, once we finally get to Lupin's route, I'm planning to, because basically once we do the next routes, I'm gonna skip all the common route stuff, just so that we only see the stuff with the character. And then once we get to Lupin's route, though, that's when I'm probably going to show it in the Discord and show it to Lulu and Angel. And once that happens, I'm going to show everything, but go directly onto Lupin's route. That's kind of my goal for that. Alright, I'll try not to move. Lupin and I nod to each other. I spot a large trunk in the corner. No, Azure, of course you're invited! Of course you're invited! I just was saying that I wanted to show also Angel and Lulu, and you're already here! I'm leaving. Goodbye. Leaving goodbye. Also, Azure, by the way, Samaj tried to make the gas lamp gaslighting joke yesterday. He was like, cause I shared the screen rant thing, that I wrote, the article where I talked about gas lamp fantasy games, and some of the best ones, and then that's when Samaj was like, well, because then Angel was like, oh, I thought it was Gaslight Fantasy, but I guess it's Gas Lamp Fantasy. And then Samaj was like, actually, it is Gaslight Fantasy. And at first, I didn't realize that he was making a joke. So I was like, oh no, it's both, actually. And then Samaj was like, I can't believe Anya ruined the bit. And I was like, oh yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, I know you were there, Azure, but I wanted to explain my side of it a bit as well. I know I was just BMing you, heck yeah. You're the best as being, Azure. Lupin, what's that? What is that box over there?
あれは俺のトランクだな。ここはもともと俺の部屋だったからな。
This was Lupin's room. We're sleeping in his original room, and the game doesn't want us to date him yet until the true route. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Can't believe the game would do this to us. Teasing us the whole entire common route with all these things, and then being like, no, you cannot date him. Azure, I need you to know that, so remember how for Pio Fiore, they had that sequel that we were able to play, because you watched me play it, the Pio Fiore 1926. That was the sequel to the original Pio Fiore. That sequel, like, it's not the first time one of these visual novels has had sequels. Basically, when a visual novel is popular enough these days, a lot of times they get sequels. And Code Realized was popular enough to have not just one sequel, but 2 sequels. It had 2 sequels, and in the first sequel that this game got, basically it showed like the after stories for each of the routes, including the true route, Lupin's route. And in his after story, it's literally revealed that like, instead of just going to Cardia's room like a normal person, or Cardia moving into Lupin's room like a normal couple, basically Lupin does this whole thing where he like breaks into the room at night. And so Cardia wakes up and Lupin's in the bed with her or whatever. And she's like, can't you just come in like a normal person? And he's like, nah, that wouldn't be as fun. And I'm like, heck yeah, this man's the best. So, you know, I love so far that every time you've made a joke about this man, it's been legit, and I'm so here for it. Yeah, he is. I love this man so much. I want to smooch him. Mwah. Mwah. It's a very cute trunk.
そうか。そんじゃ、それはお前にやるよ。
Oh, are you sure?
おう、自由に使ってくれ。ここに住むとなりゃ、嫌でも自分の持ち物は増えてくだろうしな。
Suddenly the trunk moves. Oh wait, I almost didn't look at the trunk. Heroine's trunk. This luggage originally belonged to Lupin, but he gave it to the protagonist. Many memories will be placed inside. So this actually is added to the main menu. This trunk. So this is a trunk that we access to see like the extra content and things like that. So I like that they did this little extra thing. And again, the trunk is from Lupin. The game is really pushing for Lupin, but you can't date him. Not yet. It shudders again. We look at each other. Is there something in there?
いや、空にしてたはずだけどな。開けてみるか。
Lupin reaches out to the trunk and cautiously opens it. Guess what it's gonna be? I want you to see if you can guess, Azure. What do you think is gonna be inside? What do you think is gonna be inside? I can't believe Azure can't guess what could be inside this trunk. Something is moving around inside that trunk. No! No, Asher, it's not. Suddenly, a dog leaps out from. Look at him! Look at him! Look at that corgi! Look at corgi! He has a little tumpet and a little bow tie. Look at him! Look at this cute little corgi. He's so cute. He's so cute. He has a little top hat and a bow tie and he's so cute. Oh my.
おお、トランクで寝てるうちに蓋が閉じちまったってオチか。間抜けだな。
It's our doggo! The small dog looks up at me with beautiful round eyes. Oh, so look, he even has like a heart on his butt too. Look at that. Look at the little heart on his butt. He's so cute. It's our Tomodachi. What is this feeling I have? It approaches my leg. Look at him! No, don't! I try to back away, but I'm too slow. Dog brushes against my leg. My heart begins to beat faster at its fluffy, warm touch. But... Lupin, get this dog away from me. I don't want anything to happen to it.
気をつけてれば大丈夫だろう。それに、ちょうどいい。そいつ、誰にも懐かなくて正直困ってたんだ。
Really?
ああ、拾ってきたはいいが、飯も食わねえありさまでよ。不思議とお前には懐いてるし、少しの間、世話してみたらどうだ？
We have our own doggo now! Let's go! He's the cutest little thing! Our lovely daughter, Princess Butt Butt the Nerd, heck yeah. Bring back Princess Maker, let's go. The dog barks at me in a friendly way. Then finally, I notice something out of the ordinary. The dog's left foreleg is mechanical and hisses with steam every time it moves.
なあ、そいつの足か。心ない奴らにやられたみたいだな。怪我してるところ、インピーが拾ってきた。
Impy did it!
あいつがかわいそうだって泣き出してな。こうやってなんとか救ってみせたわけだ。お前が世話するとなれば、あいつも喜ぶだろう。
I see. I gingerly pick the dog up. It'll be fine if I don't directly touch its skin. The dog stares at me as if seeing through me.
へえ、本当におとなしいな。こりゃインピーが悔しがるな。すげえ世話してたのに全然懐かなかったからな。愛が一方通行だとか嘆いてたよ。
What's its name?
シシってんだ。
シ
インピーが名
シ
付け親でよ。西洋一の美貌って有名なオーストリア王家の娘エリザベトの愛称から取ったらしい。
Cece! A dog the protagonist met in the mansion. He was rescued by Impy when he was abandoned and hurt. Cece!
まったくもって女好きなあいつらしいぜ。
Cece, what a wonderful name. And her face is so cute too.
でもま、そいつオスなんだけどな。
I look back in surprise at Lupin and he laughs heartedly. After Lupin leaves, I don't feel sleepy at all, even after I lie on the bed. DC is curled up at my feet, and I can feel his weight on the mattress. I feel like I've lived more in the past day than in the previous 2 years. The armed men who invaded my old home. Lupin's shadow in the moonlight. Meeting Impy, who I'm still not sure of. Seeing London for the first time. The encounter with the very kind Victor. Everything that happened on the road between Wales and London. Just by closing my eyes, I can make so many new memories spin about in my head. And then, my nervousness about not being able to move on the bed is pushing sleep further away. I hope I'll get to sleep before sunrise. As I lay there thinking this, Cece raises his head and perks up his ears. Cece? Cece growls in response. He jumps down and dashes over to the door. It seems something is going on. Cece? I nervously approach the door. Do you want to go outside? I quietly open the door. Oh! Cece quickly pushes through the gap and disappears into the darkness of the house. The hall is unlit. The moonlight comes in through the window, casting shadows. The silence of the night somehow reminds me of the mansion I used to live in. Cece, where are you? I start walking down the hall. I see a huge shape turn the corner at the far end of the hallway. It looked like a person in armor. Could that be the owner of this mansion? Lupin did say that he was something of an eccentric character. I quicken my pace to approach the corner and introduce myself. But... Huh? I turn the corner, but the huge shape is nowhere to be seen. Was I just seeing things? I look around and notice an open door in the row along the wall. Perhaps he went in there? I quietly approach, then enter. It's a huge room. It's furnished like the room I'm staying in. Could someone be staying here as well? There are so many books. Bookcases line the walls, packed with countless books. In a way, they remind me of Father's bookshelves, and I quickly feel a connection with this room. I look around, scanning the room, but there is no one here. More importantly, Cece isn't here either. Where could he have gone? I turn back to the door, thinking that I should continue looking elsewhere when...
こんばんは、美しいお嬢さん。こんな夜更けにどうされたのですか?
I suddenly hear a voice from behind me. Here's our other love interest. It's the angel boy. I spin around in surprise and see someone who appeared out of nowhere by the window. A calm, androgynous-seeming figure. The moonlight gives his skin a bluish glow and gleams off his eyes. With the city lights sparkling outside behind him, he looks very beautiful. Who are you, and how did you...
おや、驚かせてしまいましたか。申し訳ありません。どうにも影の薄い太刀でして。あなたが新しい住人ですね。話はルパンから聞いています。私の名はサンジェルマン。フランスにて伯爵の位を授かる者。
France, officially the French Republic. This is Lupin's home country. A title above Viscount, but below Marquis. Saint Germain is a count, and Lupin also falsely claims to hold this rank. I love that it's like in parentheses, falsely claims. I love him so much.
ですが、今ではこの屋敷の酔狂な主という立場です。ようこそ歓迎しますよ、カルディアさん。
Saint Germain, a French nobleman who maintains a smile in every circumstance and keeps a mysterious air about him. He makes his mansion available to Lupin and acts alongside him. He smiles warmly. So this is the owner of this mansion.
気軽にサンと呼んでください。
Did you say you were from France? Seems to find this question funny.
そうですね。今回はそういうことになっています。
Currently from? What is that supposed to mean?
あえて嬉しく思いますよ、カルディアさん。運命の糸を手繰りながら、私はあなたをずっと待っていたのです。
What? I'm sorry, I don't understand.
これは申し訳ない。ともかく、私はあなたを歓迎しますよ。これからの生活を共に楽しみましょう。
He smiles. Perhaps it's the moonlight or the lights from the city. I don't know why, but though his smile seems welcoming and friendly, I feel a bottomless coldness. It's almost like looking at a smile on a painting, not on a real person.
それにしてもカルディアさん、何か探しているようでしたが、どうされたのです？
I was looking for Cece.
シシ。ああ、あの可愛らしいワンちゃんですか。
Yeah,
そうい
Wanchan.
えば、あなたには懐いたとルパンが話していましたね。もしや彼の世話をあなたが？
I'd like to try to do what I can.
なるほど、そうでしたか。インピーがきっと悔しがるでしょうね。しかし彼のシシーの居場所は残念ながら私にも分かりかねます。
I see. Maybe that shadow I saw has something to do.
人影ですか？
I saw something in the hallway earlier. It looked like someone in armor.
鎧姿ですか？私の屋敷にはそのような住人はいませんね。それにそのような姿をしていたら立てる物音も相当大きいとは思いますが、少なくとも私は気がつきませんでしたね。
I suppose I was simply seeing things.
いいえ、万が一があっては困りますし、今から少しの間見回りをしてきますよ。教えてくれてありがとうございます。
As Saint Germain turns to leave, I speak up. Thank you for allowing me to stay here. I hope we get along. Saint Germain turns back to me.
ええ、こちらこそ。きっとこれからたくさんのことを共に経験していくことになるのでしょうから、明日からまた忙しくなります。せめて今夜はゆっくりと眠ってください。良い夢と穏やかな眠りをあなたのために祈りましょう。
Even after Saint Germain leaves, I stay in the room watching the city lights through the window. Maybe the air of mystery that he left behind is affecting me. When I return to the bedroom, Cece is on the bed, breathing softly in his sleep. Came back. I sigh and lay down on the bed. Fatigue begins to set in, and I feel sleep beginning to overtake me. As I'm drifting away, I look out at the moon floating outside the window. What will tomorrow bring? It will likely be filled with things that I can't possibly imagine right now. I look back on everything that happened today, and I feel my world rapidly expand. The world ends with you. My sleep is comfortable and deep. Chapter 2, Ayo. Chapter 2. But yeah, there's 8 chapters in the common route, by the way. This game's pretty long. There's a gem embedded in my chest. The whole little gum. It glows faintly like a heartbeat. This gem was placed inside me 2 years ago, but why? When? For what reason? Why? I have no memory of anything from before I woke back then. I don't understand it. The world ends because Lupin rocks your world. Heck yeah. But there is one thing I know for certain. The poison coursing through my body is being created by this gem. But yeah, don't you agree that Saint Germain Azure is probably the angel boy of this game? The poison that melts anything I touch. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Heck yeah, it's your same brain cell. The wavelength is there. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Let's go. Time to write the fanfic where it's me and Angel both in this story and we both get our guys. Let's go. In my hatred for this gem, the source of the poison, I've tried many times to remove it or break it, but every time it caused me immense pain. Whatever it is now a part of my body and I cannot function without it. And so the gem stays there with a quiet beauty but still hideous. Above all, I can't help but see its glow as proof that I am a monster. Heck yeah, let's
それじゃ
go.
始めてみようか。
Double dates. Heck yeah. At Victor's prompting, I gently touch a piece of metal placed on the desk. Poison from my body begins to eat away at the metal, causing it to smoke. We had already repeated this experiment several times with different objects.
これもか。本当にすごいな。
On the first morning after arriving in Saint Germain's mansion, Victor said that he wanted to examine me before breakfast. Victor and I are in his room. Lupin is there too. They are trying to examine my poison. Are you learning anything from this, Victor?
うん。これはチタンという金属でね。最近王立協会の錬金術師たちが高純度の生成に成功したものなんだ。
Titanium, a metal that is highly resistant to corrosion. In this alternate history, the Royal Society was the first to successfully refine it. Royal Society, the largest scientific academy in the entire world. The members of the society conduct research into all sorts of subjects. Victor was once a member. A practitioner of alchemy, high-ranking alchemists are said to have an affinity to supernatural thoughts. What? I'm learning that Lupin is a voyeur. I mean, is it that much of a surprise?
鋼鉄以上の強度を持つ上に金と同様の強い耐食性を示すすごい金属なんだけど、それすら。
Can you explain that more simply?
つまりこの毒に溶かせないものはねえってことだろ。
そうだね。見た感じ、どうやら胸に埋め込まれたホロロギウムが強力な毒素の源らしい。そしてそれはおそらくホロロギウムが莫大なエネルギーを秘める純粋結晶体であることと関係がありそうだ。
I almost let it go without checking the glossary definition. Get back in here, Azure. A flawless crystal in which a single element is arranged in a specific pattern. It is impossible for such a crystal to exist naturally. The holorogium is considered a pure crystal.
それとまずは簡単に調べてみたんだけど、血液、素肌から毒素が検出されてるね。髪の毛は触れても大丈夫というのは不幸中の幸いと言えるかもしれない。
Oh, frick! I opened up some stuff on my... there we go. Victor's smile is somewhat grim, since some of his equipment was destroyed in the test while trying to examine me. Can the poison be contained?
それはまだわからないけど、そんなに落ち込まないで、カルディア。根本的な治療法でなくても手がかりはある。
Blues?
チタンほど安定した金属さえ溶かしてしまうなら、どんなものでもその毒を防ぐことは不可能と言いたいところなんだけど。
Victor stops and smiles.
その服は溶けてない。
Only after he points it out do I realize it. He's right. My clothing is able to contain the poison. That's why I've had to wear these clothes all this time.
その服、君が住んでいた屋敷には何着かあったのかい？
I nod.
見たところ服自体の材質はそれほど特殊なものではなさそうなんだ。ということはおそらく服の繊維に毒素を防ぐ液体か何かを染み込ませているんだと思う。
なるほどね。それならフラン、一つ頼みてえことがあるんだが、もしそのからくりがわかるようならこいつに新しい服を用意してやれねえかな。
Why do I need new clothes?
今のままじゃ目立ちすぎるし動きづらいだろ。お前は狙われてんだ。警戒しておくに越したことはねえよ。
服を作るか。断言はできないけど不可能じゃないと思うよ。カルディア、君の毒に溶かせないものがこの世にもう一つあるんだ。
What's that?
君自身の体さ。君は君自身に触れても大丈夫なんだろ。そうでなければ君という存在がまず成り立たない。
When you put it that way, you're right.
君の体は毒を作るのと同時に毒に対抗する抗体のようなものを作っている。だからこそ君自身は溶けずに済んでいるんだ。そしておそらくだけどその服に染み込ませている防毒液というのは君のその抗体をもとに作っているんだと思う。それらから考えるに君の血液を分析すればひとまずは防毒のメカニズムがわかる気がするんだ。きっと解明にはかなり手間がかかるとは思うけど、大丈夫、なんとかなるはずだよ。
お、よろしく頼むぜフラン。
Thank you. I'm sorry to cause so much trouble.
迷惑だなんてそんな。謝らなくてもいいし感謝もいらないよ。僕はそういう条件でこの屋敷に住まわせてもらってるんだからね。
There's one more thing that I'd like to ask you.
なんだい？僕にできることなら協力するよ。
I'd like a pillowcase that doesn't melt.
ああ、やっぱダメだったか。
If I turn and put my face on the pillow, the bed might melt. I have to constantly stay on my back. I'm so nervous it's hard to sleep.
それは大変だね。わかった。少し時間はかかるけど任せておいて。
それと追加になって悪いんだけどよ、食器の類もなんとかしてやれねえか。食事をするのにこいつだけ別ってのもな。
Lupin. None of that bothers me, but his consideration for my feelings makes me happy. Oh, Lupin's the
なる
best!
ほどね。防毒液さえできればそれを塗料にして。オッケー、それも同時に取り組んでみるよ。
Thank you, Victor. Victor smiles and nods in response. Lupin is the best. I want to smooch him.
ところで
Victor starts to say something, then falls silent in thought. What is it, Victor?
いや、なんでもないんだ。
Time to get the hose out. Heck yeah, Victor smiles weakly. He is clearly biting back something that he has to say. That's what I assume is happening. I'm curious about it, but the topic of conversation changes to something else. I never did find out what he was about to say just then.
主よ、我らの食せんとする賜物を祝福してください。これらの食事が罪深き我々の体の糧、心の糧となることをお許しください。では皆さん、いただきましょう。
That's like one of the weirdest prayers I've ever heard. Can I just say that? Like, what? What? That was like a really depressing prayer right there. I've never heard a prayer that depressing. Jeebus. After Saint Germain's prayer, we begin breakfast. Lupin, Impy, Victor, Saint Germain, Cece, and me. A 5-person, 1-dog meal. They stare at the scene, slightly shocked.
あれどうしたの食欲ない？インピー特製の朝食だよ。超うまいよ。
Just as Impy says, our meal is a special sandwich he prepared himself. Impy thought this up in consideration of my stay until Victor was able to create some special eating utensils for me. Oh, I was a bit surprised to see both you and Lupin playing along with Saint Germain, Impy.
柄じゃねえってか？
It's not that.
彼らは私に合わせてくれているだけですよ。祈りの邪魔はしたくないのだそうです。
まあ俺たちは居候みたいなもんだしね。郷に行っては郷に従えってやつ。
Lupin nods in agreement with what Impy said, a rare sight.
俺もインピーも神様なんざ信じちゃいねえが、他人の慣習や考え方にああだこうだ言う義理もねえしな。
Lupin! I love you! Also, Impy, you're great too. Yeah, heck yeah. This is the way it should be. It's like, even if you don't believe in somebody, to support other people's beliefs, you know? Good stuff right there. I see. This is unexpected. I thought Lupin and Impy were being very free-spirited with how they lived. But at the same time, they're considerate of other people's ways of life. Yeah! They're great.
ところで君たちはこれからどうするんだい？昨夜それぞれの目的に関しては聞いたけど、具体的に目的を果たすための計画はあるかい？あるなら僕も協力しようと思う。
Our goals. Lupin wants to stop the terrorists. I think Impy is serious about the moon. Victor is in hiding from the government. Saint Germain is... I don't know. We never talked about it. Saint Germain, why are you allowing us to stay here? I don't have any money.
お金には困っていないのでご心配なく。皆さんを受け入れる理由はただ一つ。面白そうだからですよ。
It does?
あれは社交界にも飽きが来ていた頃です。ロンドンでの足場を探すルパンとインピーに出会いました。彼らを見てピンときました。これは面白いことになりそうだと。
あれは酒場でどうやって政府中枢に潜り込むかって計画してた時だったか。
Also, hi Owen! Welcome to the
いきなりテーブルにやってき
stream!
て協力しましょうかと来たもんだ。
How's it going, Owen? I hope you're doing well. Hello. I love ya. We're playing some Code Realize, some Otome games. Let's go. Isn't that kind of your fault for talking about something like that in public?
大胆不敵ってのは意外にバカにできねえんだぜ。危ねえ話も堂々と話してりゃ誰も冗談としか取らねえもんさ。
でも伯爵は本気に取ったというわけ。
Yeah, the cow took it seriously.
暇を持て余している人間というのはそういった面白そうな話には耳ざとくなるのですよ。
そうそう。そんなわけで秘密にするから話を聞かせろってしつこくてさ、結局こっちが根負けしたってわけ。俺レディーに言い寄られることはしょっちゅうだけどさ、男に言い寄られたのは初めてだったから驚いたよ。
Oh, bisexual Impy? Canon bi Impy, let's go. Let's go.
見えはんなよインピー。てめえが女に言い寄られたとこなんざつるんでこの方見たことがねえよ。
お前の見てないところで言い寄られてんの。ということでご使用はお早めにだよ、カルディアちゃん。
What is he talking about? Have the two of you known each other long? Roasted him.
そんなでもねえよ。高校1年程度の付き合いだ。
俺ってば大切なものを盗まれちゃってさ、でその盗んだやつを追いかけてはるばるロンドンまでやってきたんだけどさ。
俺が盗んだと勘違いして襲ってきやがったんだよ、こいつは。
そう、実力伯仲の知能戦。だが俺の方が一枚上手だった。でルパンが泣いて仲間にしてくださいって頼んできたのさ。
嘘つけ。大切なものを探すの手伝ってくれってお前が頼み込んできたんだろうが。
I know why Impy would want to work with you, but I don't quite see why you would want to work alongside him, Lupin. Oh, poor Impy. Poor Impy. Guardian just throwing him under the bus.
まあ俺の計画にも協力するって言うからよ。しばらくはお互いにチームを組もうって話になったんだ。もちろん今は後悔してるけどな。
もちろんっておかしいよね。後悔すんなよ。俺めちゃくちゃ役に立ってるよ。
なるほどね。少しずつ事情が見えてきたような気がするよ。
人に歴史ありですね。ではフラン、今度はあなたの事情を聞かせてもらえませんか。無実の罪で追われていると聞きましたが。
Absolutely getting obliterated. Exactly. I feel like every single like story tends to have like a comic relief type character, and in this story it's Impy. Impy is the comic relief to this story. It's great. He's the best. He's the himbo of the group.
かくまう身としては詳しいことを知っておきたいところです。
僕ですか？僕の場合は政府から逃げてきたんです。アイザックの研究は錬金術の世界にまで及んでいて、彼の功績によりイギリスは科学の世界だけでなく錬金術の世界でも抜きんでた知識を得ました。そしてそこで学び培った宮廷錬金術師筆頭官だった僕の頭には門外不出の知識が詰まっています。政府はそれらの知識が他国に漏れることを恐れ、僕を捕まえようと考えているんです。
なるほど、興味深い。しかしわかりませんね。なぜ政府から逃げる必要があったのです？宮廷錬金術師筆頭官、何不自由ない生活と最高の研究環境が用意されていたのでは？
Hi Rolf, welcome to the stream. How's it going? I love you so much. Welcome. How's the D&D? Hope it's going well. Playing some more Code Realize over here. I love you, Rolf.
それは言えません。すみません。
Awkward.
ま、言いたくない秘密の一つや二つ、誰にでもあるもんだ。
Yeah.
俺は気にしねえぜ。
Oh, heck yeah, Rolf. Heck yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, those are always the best D&D sessions, is the ones that are like you're literally chewing your fingernails hoping things go well. But that's awesome. I'm glad you had a good time, Rolf. We missed ya. Though Victor's refusal to speak darkened the mood, Lupin easily lightens it. Because he's the best. Because Lupin's the best.
じゃ互いの事情が分かったところで今後のことについて話そう。カルディア、お前はアイザックに会うことが目的だし、俺はアイザックの計画の阻止が目的だ。どっちにしてもアイザックの行方をつかまなきゃならねえ。以上を考えると、このロンドンでアイザックの手がかりを探すって結論に落ち着くんだが、どうだ？
いいなし。俺も探し物をするなら人の集まるロンドンで賛成。
I have nothing against it either.
僕はもともと君たちが何をしようと手伝う気でいたんだ。微力ながら協力させてもらうよ。
私も及ばずながら皆さんを支えたいと考えています。遠慮せず頼ってくださいね。
Had a fight in a long hallway where skeletons kept spawning and we had to open 3 locks on a door while a giant skull was rolling down the hall to come crush us. We almost went down to the skeleton's attacks and managed to open door just barely in time to avoid the giant skull. That's amazing. That's like a scene from a movie right there. That's so good. That's incredible. That's awesome. I love it when like there's sessions like that where it literally everything comes together so perfectly story-wise like that, as if it was all planned ahead of time. Yeah! Heck yeah. It was so good. It's literally like a directed scene from a movie. It's so good.
じゃあ決まりだ。当然このお嬢さんを狙う黄昏の手を逃れながらってことになるがな。
I nod in reply. My friend coined the term story dice for those moments where the dice decide to tell the story in the best way possible. Heck yeah, exactly. It's so good. Sometimes luck is on your side and can create some pretty interesting scenarios. Or all of a sudden this reminds me, so for the reason I started Vienna Night Rolf was because I found this Otome game that's literally one of my favorites from Itch.io that's free called Andromeda 6. And I wanted everybody to play it because I liked it so much that I was like, hey, I want to show everybody this game. And that led to the creation of Vienna Night. Like, that's the whole reason we started Vienna Night in the first place, was to play that game, which is why it's called Vienna Night, because we were playing that Vienne. But now we don't really play Viennes anymore, which is funny, but yeah, that happened. So basically, when we got to the part where we could pick a route to go on, so any one of the characters that we could date, and there wasn't just one particular moment, but basically throughout the game there was multiple times where we could choose to hang out with certain individuals, and that would determine, like, that would give us affection points with that individual, which would then, like, put us more and more into their route. And I was like, so what does everybody want to do? Because I was already playing the game on my own, and so I went, of course, for Damon's route, because he's my favorite boy when I was playing on my own. But for, you know, this group effort, you know, it's what does everybody else want to do? What route do we all want to go on? But nobody really had any particular, like, oh, we absolutely should go for this route. So we decided to use random number generator to decide which route to go on. And so basically, whenever a choice would come up where all the characters were on there, like each of the names, like, listed, we would put in the random number generator. Depending on the number that we got, we would click on the character for that. So that's what we decided to do each time when those choices would pop up, like in a chapter, for example. And the funniest thing ever is each and every time when those questions popped up, the random number generator always sent out the number that put us on Damon's route. I'm not even kidding. Like, it became almost like we started just losing our minds because we were like, oh my gosh, fate really wants us to still do Damon's route, even in the playthrough where we're all playing together, because literally every single time we would hit the number for the random number generator, it would be like Damon, 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 Damon. Like, literally, it was each and every time we got to one of those questions. Every single time a new chapter would come out and we would have to do one of those questions, it still was like, Damon, Damon. Like, it became almost a meme. Like, oh my gosh, why does it keep giving us Damon? And internally, I'm like cheering, like, yeah, we're still going with my favorite boy. But it was still so funny. It just, you know, as I say, I have, you know, the protagonist syndrome over here, so luck is on my side. And since I want to go on Damon's route, we went on Damon's route. But yeah, it was amazing. Like, I can't stop thinking about it to this day. Because it's still like, it's one of those moments where I'm like, wow, my luck really came out right there. Like, normally, like, I just have like little moments in streams that show that I tend to have a pretty high luck stat. Like when I beat that boss in Pokemon Sun and Moon when I should have died, but then like the person, like, it was Mimikyu. Mimikyu missed at like the last moment, and so I was able to win because of that. And even Lulu was like, you should have died there. You shouldn't have survived. And I'm like, so normally there's like little moments like that, but I feel like that was one of the main times where it really goes to show that I have a pretty high luck stat. Which is great. But yeah, if I am caught, it will create an opportunity for a global terrorist attack. I don't want to be involved in such a thing.
政府特務機関であるあの黄昏ですか？これはまた非日常的な単語が出てきましたね。
ああ、相手が相手だ。今後は結構な確率で厄介事を持ち込むことになるかもしれねえが。
お気になさらず、そういった部分込みで私はあなたたちを受け入れているのですから。
消えた父親、それを探す娘、そしてそれを追う政府の組織。なんだかミステリアスだね。
理由はそれぞれ違うけど、僕と君は少し状況が似てるかもね、カルディア。
でだ、早速今日の予定なんだけどよ。カルディア、まずはお前を医者に見せようと思ってんだ。
You do?
ああ、言ったはずだぜ。ロンドンには医者が5万といるってよ。任せとけ。凄腕の医者に連れて行ってやるよ。
それは良い考えです。ですが、彼女は追われる身。加えて彼女がロンドンにいることは昨日の時点で黄昏も掴んでいるんでしょう。彼らも愚かではありません。医者にも手が回っている可能性はあるかと思います
が。そこは心配ね。なーに、俺に任せときな。
But I look over at Victor. He had just examined me earlier this morning. What results could we possibly get by going to another doctor?
いいと思うよ。医術の心得があるとはいえ、僕はただの錬金術師だ。医者じゃない。ただ、もしかすると、いや、まずはその医者の意見を聞こう。僕もまだいろいろと信じられずにいるから。
I try to ask what he's talking about, but Victor brushes me off with a smile. The Holodogium is buried within my chest, and poison flows through my body. Could there be something else? Yet another problem with me? Whatever the case, Following Lupin's plan, we head out to see the doctor in question. I see row after row of buildings standing alongside the city's outer wall. Lupin explained to me that the tallest building in all of London is actually here in Lower Town. As Impy notes, the streets are jammed with people, even at this early hour. I was attacked in a part of town like this. The main thoroughfares are filled with people, and shopkeepers calling out to potential customers fill the air with sound. However, I also see suspicious people standing in the shadows, talking with one another in hushed tones. Perhaps my experiences yesterday have opened my eyes to things I wouldn't have noticed before. Saint Germain has remained at the mansion, while Lupin, Impy, and Victor accompany me on this excursion. I swear to myself that I will not lose them. Victor, is it alright for you to leave the mansion? You're a wanted man.
心配ないみたい。ルパンから聞いたんだ。この周辺での僕の捜索はもう諦められた。
I love Lupin's hat. I want that hat. Can I have that hat, Lupin? That's such a cool looking hat. I want it. Look at that hat. Honestly, just steampunk is such an aesthetic. I love it so much. I love all the gears and the keys and all that stuff. Like, it's such a good aesthetic. Like, I would wear all these outfits. Like, I would wear Lupin's outfit. I would wear Cardia's outfit. I love all of these outfits. They're so good. No, Azure, it's my hat. I said it's such an aesthetic. I did not say that. That's lies. Lies and slander, Azure. I said aesthetic. Aesthetic. Aesthetic.
仮想街は多くの人間で溢れてるし、市民登録のない違法住人ばかり。基本的に犯罪者には寛容な区域だからな。ここで犯人探しなんざ金と時間の無駄だ。ヤードの連中もそいつは心得ているから、この辺の捜索はおざなりになりがちだ。
You can have Lupin. I just want the hat. You know, it's a good trade. It's a good trade. I'll take Lupin, you take his hat. There we go. We have a deal. Let's shake on it. What's the yard?
正式名称スコットランドヤード。ロンドンの誇る警察組織ってやつだね。まあ治安維持がメインの仕事かな。
The headquarters for the London police. They fight crime every day, but cannot make as much progress against it as they'd like. Heck yeah, let's go. I see. Victor nods in agreement.
それと昨夜、ある有力な大貴族の宝物が盗まれたとかで、ヤードはそちらの方にかかりきりになっているようなんだ。おかげで僕は昨日までに比べれば自由の身ってわけ。
大貴族の宝物ね。ルパン、まさかお前の仕業？
いや、残念ながら違うね。どうも最近このロンドンには俺を差し置いて怪盗の真似事をして回ってるやつがいるらしい。怪盗ってより強盗に近いらしいが、そんな下品なやり方で俺より目立つなんざ許せねえ話だぜ。
What about Impy's zipper shirt? Honestly, I hate that. I don't think I would wear that zipper shirt. The zipper shirt's a little weird. It's like, hey, do you want to just see my one titty? Like, why? And why is, like, just everything about the outfit is very weird. Like, why does he only wear, like, half of his orange jumpsuit? Why is the other half, like, off his shoulder like that? I think the only cool part about Like, the cool parts about his outfit are, of course, the goggles. I like the goggles on his head. I like the necklace around his neck, and I like the belt that he has. Like, look down there. You can kind of see it at the bottom there. Like, there's a belt. I like the little wrench and the clockwork over there. Looks great. But this whole part of the outfit is weird. Like, you even see there's a zipper along, like, the strap as well, which is interesting. This is like Tetsuya Nomura's shirt that he contributed to this game or something.
おいおい、変なライバル心燃やすなよ。
Besides, isn't a thief supposed to try to avoid police attention? While we're talking, Lupin comes to a stop. Is it around here?
まあ、位置はこの辺りだな。
When just sliding the strap off your shoulder isn't good enough. Oof. Big beef. Biggest of beefs.
位置はなんだか含みがある言い方だね。
But yeah, it's like, oh, it takes too much work to slide it off my shoulder. I'm just gonna unzip it so it just falls off. Heck yeah.
こっからがちょっぴりきついぜ。なんせ相当高いからな。
Oh, I like that expression he just made. Heck yeah. Lupin points ahead to the rooftops of a line of buildings along the outer wall. The buildings are 40 to 50 meters tall. For a while, we have to scale a rickety bare staircase to climb up the buildings. Finally, we reach the top. The cityscape here is completely different from down on the streets. This area is a lot less lively. It's quieter, and there are fewer people going to and fro.
なんで君たちこれだけの階段を上がってきたのに息一つ乱してないの？
Yeah, we're all okay.
泥棒紳士は足が命ってな。当然鍛えてんだよ。
体質っていうのかな。できる男は何でもできるっていう。
Should I be gasping for air like you?
すごいんだね君たち。にしてもなんでこんな高いところに。
客を選んでるのさ。こんな偏僻な場所に診療所があるとは誰も思わないからね。
Oh snap! It's Takumi. Can't believe she's here. Also, heck yeah, nerd with the 3 jocks. You turn towards the voice from behind us and see a middle-aged woman in a white coat. It really is
おやお
Takumi.
や、団体さんでお出ましたね。見た顔もあるじゃないか。ルーパン。
ようドクター、あえて光栄だぜ。ちょっと見てもらいたいやつがいるんだ。闇医者なら足がつく心配もねえしな。
はっ、人を便利に使いやがって。見るかどうかは私が決めるんだよ。そっちの顔色の悪いメガネの坊やかい。
Is it the people having an asthma attack?
僕じゃないです。
私は
Wait, oh wait, I didn't even talk that time.
患者が殺到して動きが取れなくなっ
I just let Cardia go off and I didn't say anything. Why don't you want anyone to know about your clinic here? There we go.
私は本当に助けたいやつを助けるために医者になったんだ。助けたいやつは私が決める。
うへえ、なんて上から目線な医者なんだ。
それで患者はそこのお嬢ちゃんかい？
Yes, it's me. How did you know?
ルパンと髪の長いのとは多少付き合いがある。この二人は殺したって死にゃしないよ。メガネの坊やじゃないとしたらあんたしかいないさ。
You can't kill them if you tried.
ここじゃ見るもんも見られないからね。
I love that. You can't kill them if you tried.
まずは病状を聞きながら体を見る。服を全部脱ぎな。
Huh?
聞こえなかったのかい？全部脱げと言ったんだ。
And Lord knows I've tried. Basically. Uh,
いって何すんだよルパン。
おおじゃねえ。
outside
待ってんだよ。
now. Lupin drags Impy out of the room. Did Lupin just slap him on the Oh my gosh. Nah, I think he probably kicked him or something. But that would be a funny image. I mean, I did just find out earlier that I'm pretty sure Lupin is canon bi or something because he was saying that he had never experienced a handsome man, you know, going after him. And I was like, oh, snap. Impy bi? Impy canon bi, let's go. I would be into that. As Victor is about to leave, he looks back at me with a worried expression. What's the matter?
なんでもない。また後でね。
さて、うるさい男どもは出て行ったし、脱ぎながらでいい。病状わかる限り、すべて話しな。
While I undress, I tell her about the poison and how I'm seized with pain when I try to do something to the Holorogyum. The gem on my naked chest pulses with light like a heartbeat.
ほう、こいつはすごい。体に何か埋め込んでる輩なら何度か見てきたが、群を抜いた美しさだ。埋め込まれた宝石といい、周囲の文様といい、随分な造形美だ。靴は脱がないのかい？
I don't want to burn a hole in the floor. Yeah, imagine if every time you visit a doctor they told you to get naked before even asking why you're there. Yeah, I always thought this scene was a little weird because it's like, why would she just ask us to strip right away? Wouldn't she just like do some basic stuff like check your blood pressure, you know, just like put her stethoscope to your chest to listen for your heartbeat, like things like that? Why would she ask you to immediately strip? Like, I've never been to a doctor that has ever really asked me to strip. Just to show she's a weird doctor, I guess, maybe. Or just fan. Well, I think what it really is so that, like, she could I think it was for like the jokey scenes earlier, and then also just so that she could immediately show the Holorogyum to her. So just for story purposes, I think. She takes out a stethoscope and is about to press it against my body, then pauses.
あんたの服の内で一番布の薄い部分で肌を隠しな。布越しに見ていこう。
I nod and hold my clothing against my chest. The doctor presses the stethoscope against me. What's wrong?
次は手首を布で覆いな。
Why?
いいから、早くしな。
I follow her instructions and she grabs my wrist. After just a few seconds, she lets go.
診察は終わりだ。服を着ていいよ。
Already? Did you find anything out?
何か分かった？悪いが逆さ。
I'm sorry?
服を着たら外の連中呼んできな。まとめて話すよ。
I call Lupin and the others in, and the doctor gives me a quick look.
簡単に言えばお嬢ちゃん。あんたは私の手に負えそうもないね。いや。 イギリス中どんな医者を探したって手に負えないと言うだろうさ。
But why?
こいつの毒を消すのってそんなに難しいのか？もったいつけてねえで全部話せよ。
もったいつけてるわけじゃないさ。何もわからないから話せないだけだ。
What's wrong with me?
そりゃ私のセリフさ。あんた一体何者なんだい？心臓が動いてない患者なんざ初めて見たよ。
Yep, you were right, Rolf. I was waiting for her to reveal it before I stated whether you were right or not. But yes, you were right. She has no heartbeat. My heart isn't beating? I'd never given it any thought. Well, everyone is silent and shocked. Victor speaks up.
そう、君の心臓は動いていないんだ。普通の人間では考えられないことだけれど。
ほう、メガネの坊や。知っていたね。なぜここに連れてきた？
彼女を見たときに真っ先に気づきました。けれど、他の人の意見を聞いておきたかったんです。
Victor is a good scientist, you know? Like, it's the good ones that know to, like, ask for pure, you know, like, opinion on things. Because you yourself will always have some level of bias. And so, and you also have your limitations on your own knowledge of things. And he knows that. And so he knows it's best to ask somebody else before, you know, coming to certain conclusions on things. So that's really good. I wish more scientists were like that. I feel like sometimes also the gold texture on his headset is so good, completely unrelated. No, it's true. I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's really good. His whole outfit is pretty cool. I also like his weird gloves that he wears as well. But yeah, it's really cool because that's actually his stethoscope. The headphones are for his stethoscope. He puts on the headphones and is like, "Oh, here's my stethoscope, listening in for the heartbeat or whatever." At least I think so. Oh no, wait. No, I think it is his stethoscope. Or something. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure it is. Because he mentioned like a stethoscope or something earlier, so I think that's what it is.
彼女にこのことを告げるべきかどうかも迷っていましたし。
And I think it's also to help with the, because I don't know if you were here when he was exploding stuff earlier, but he uses his chemicals to like blast things, you know? And I'm guessing he also maybe sometimes has the headphones to help protect himself from his own explosions. Heartbeat, heartbreak you, heck yeah.
なら私が診察をやめたわけもわかるね。自分の口で話しな。
Victor nods carefully. Victor, what is it? Yeah, he used a flashbang during his introduction. Exactly.
カルディア、君の心臓は動いていない。あるいは、すでにその体からは失われてしまっているのかもしれない。今君は、医学的には死んでいなければおかしいはずなんだ。にもかかわらず、君は生きている。君は医学の及ばない特別な力を持ち、それを糧に生きているということになる。その糧というのが、きっと
Yep.
ホロロギウムなんだ。
The Holorogium is her heart.
おそらくそれは君の心臓
Yep. The Holorogium is her heart.
絶対に傷つけないでほしいし、誰にも渡しちゃいけない。
ホロロギウムだなんだってのは知らないが、仕組みのわからない体を無責任にいじくり回す趣味はないね。
I nod and look around at the others, flustered. Am I? What happened to me in the past? No one can answer my questions. I don't have a heart. It's as if I really am a monster. I understand. Thank you for examining me. My voice had fallen to a sullen monotone. I don't know whether it was because I now know how hard it would be to treat the poison or because I was literally heartless. Even after we return to the lively street, my mind is elsewhere. The more I try to find out about myself and my affliction, the less I understand. Am I going to be like this forever? Thoughts like this grow stronger within me.
まあさ、そう落ち込むなよ、カルディアちゃん。わからないってことが分かっただけでも前進じゃん。
Aw, Impy. I suppose that's true.
インピーの言う通りだよ。君の毒に関しては、僕はむしろ医術より錬金術の領域だと思っているんだ。それなら僕が君を救えるかもしれない。これから
Aw, Victor. We all have good Tomodachis.
君の毒は必ずどうにかしてみせるから。
Thank you. Aww. I know it's my fault that we're so depressed, but I can't bring myself to cheer up. Suddenly, Lupin, who had been walking ahead of us, stops.
よし、決めた。カルディア、今から俺がいいところに連れて行ってやる。
Someplace nice? Like where? Lupin is so good.
いいところだ。気分転換も必要だって話だよ。
I love him so much. Impy and Victor shrug, not knowing what he is talking about. I see Lupin smile. I can't help but nod. All right, let's go, Lupin. Lupin, you're the best boy! Best boy! As Lupin ignores our inquiries about where he's leading us, we gradually make our way away from the center of town. It's already been a while since we passed through the poor areas. Really, where is he taking us?
歩き疲れたか？もうちょいで着くからよ。
Just as Lupin says this, I hear a horse neigh. I look around and my eyes are drawn to horse-drawn carriages and automobiles. The women and men riding them are dressed stylishly in beautiful dresses and fancy suits. What lies beyond here? We continue walking even further and we pass through yet another section. Suddenly, we arrive at a place with lots of people. Two fierce-looking men at the entryway watch the people going in and out.
はっはん、ここか。なるほどね。ま、気分転換にはもってこいかな。
ルパン、こういう場所に彼女を連れてくるのはどうなんだろう。
What could it be? The other two seem to know where we are.
固いこと言うなよ。あの闇医者に用意してた治療代が浮いちまったしな。パーッと遊んで気持ちを切り替えようぜ。
Look at him, he's so cute. Fun.
まあな、カルディアちゃん、入ればわかるよ。とっておきのいいところだぜ。
Lupin nods and leads the way in.
ようこそいらっしゃいました、ジョージ・ブライトマン子爵。本日もお楽しみくださいませ。
ご苦労。
It's gone Brightman?
ルパンの偽名だよ。あいつ、いくつも名前を持っててさ、場所に合わせて名前変えてんだ。
It's understandable, I suppose.
そちらは私の連れ合いと使用人たちだ。たまには息抜きようと思ってな。金は持たせてある。
Can I just point out, I love that. So, when Impy wanted to get into London last time, and made a cover story for him and Cardia. Impy was like, Cardia's my wife and whatever, and Lupin was like, what the heck are you doing? But now Lupin is doing the same thing. He's like, here's my wife. Oh my god, this is amazing.
かしこまりました、ブライトマン様。
僕らは使用人って位置づけか。
よくもまあスラスラと嘘が流れ出てくるもんだ。感心しちゃうぜ、まったくよ。
He's like an engineer, but all he makes
頼も
is
しくていい
lies.
じゃないか。確かに彼なら誰にも捕まりそうにない。
Exactly, Rolf, exactly. So, what is this place? Also, I needed to point out another thing, is the fact that when Impy was like, I'll be your, like, for this story, Cardia, you're my wife. Cardia's like, I don't know about that. Why would I be your wife? And all that. Like, she was really dragging her heels for that. But then Lupin comes up with the story of Cardia as my wife, and she doesn't even say anything. She just moves on. She's like, yeah, sure, I'll be Lupin's wife for this story. Oh my gosh. So, what is this place?
どうしたお前たち、置いていくぞ。
へいへい、待ってください、ご主人様。
Gosujin-sama, he
ここが
said it!
どこかはすぐにわかるよ。行こう、カルディア。
He said it! He said the line! I started walking along with Victor. However, this place is intimidating. The people around us are talking and having a good time. Am I good enough to be in a place like this?
何をためらうことがあるのです。あなたはこの場の誰より美しい。
Classic Anya move. Heck yeah, let's go. Let's go. Can't believe Cardia is another Anya protagonist. Let's go. Lupin suddenly appears before me and smiles into my eyes. Oh my god. The precious boy. I wish we could take you right away.
どうか私にあなたをエスコートする栄誉を与えてはいただけません。
Lupin.
そういうことだ。行こうぜ。
But see, once again, the story really pushing to being like, look, Lupin's the main guy. He's the pro tag man. He's the main love interest. He's the true route. But you can't date him. Why would the game do? I've never, like, legit, I've never played another VN like this where the true route is hinted this hardly from the start and doesn't let you play it. Like, normally it's like, yeah, there's a true route, but a lot of times it's not like revealed at the start which one's the true route or whatever, and it's not really like pushed too much during the common route and stuff, so that when you finally get there, it's like a surprise and all that other stuff, and you also don't like feel as like pushed into it. But this game is like, nah, we're going full steam ahead from the start, saying Lupin's the main guy. No, you can't date him yet. Sucks to be you. All right, thank you, but really, what kind of place is this?
あれ、わかんない？それでは私があなたに教えて
Oh my gosh, Impy. Impy, you don't sound like yourself when you talk like that.
なんでルパンは良くて俺はダメなのさ。
イメージじゃないかな。ほら、インピー、君はどちらかというと面白にぎやかしキャラだし。
もう善意しか感じない分だけ言葉の刃が胸に突き刺さる。
Poor Impy.
ま、バカは放っておいてだ。いいか？ここはカジノって言ってな。金を増やすところだ。
普通は減らすところなんだけどね。簡単に言えば、ゲームをして勝つとお金がもらえて、負けるとお金が減るというところかな。
Rolf, you don't sound like yourself when you're not talking like an idiot. amazing. Too real. Win and you're rich, lose and you're poor. I think I get it, but why would a place like that be in a place like this?
ああ、そりゃ近いうちにここで大規模オーディションやら飛行船レースやらが始まるからだよ、カルディアちゃん。
Right here?
年に一度開いてるお祭りみたいなものさ。ロンドンじゃ知らない人がいないほど有名だよ。
そうそう。影の主催者はロンドン中のマフィア連合で、資金集めがその主な目的ってのも公然の秘密なんだよね。
で、せっかく特設会場を作るんだから、イベントの前にこうやってバカでけえ賭博場を開くことで金を集めようって腹さ。
そういうこと。ロンドンに大量の金が集まるってんで、政府も黙認。
When the foreign guy with a thick accent gets a chance to speak in his native language and turns out to be super well spoken, exactly.
うん。確かに下手な場所に隠れるより安全かもしれないね。
見ろよ。ロンドンどころかイギリス中の暇な金持ちどもが集まってるぜ。
Well-dressed people come and go while we're talking.
腕が鳴るな。俺に奪われたいとカジノの金銀財宝が声を上げてるぜ。
Lupin seems really excited about this. First, we go to the cashier's counter to change out money into casino chips, then we divide them among ourselves. I'm not sure how much it's worth, but by the way Victor's face twitches, I figure that it's probably a lot of money.
じゃあ、ここからはそれぞれ好きに遊ぶってことでいいな。
それはいいけど、君はどうするんだい？さすがに一人にするわけにはいかないよ。
Okay, so this is another moment where if we had unlocked Lupin's route, we would have a third choice here. So remember how earlier I stated that in chapter 1 there was a place where we would have had a choice between going with Impy or going with Lupin, but because we haven't unlocked Lupin's route and we won't until the end of the game, it's not there. This is another place where there would be a choice here. We would be able to choose I'll accompany Lupin, but we don't have that choice here because we won't unlock it till we unlock everybody else's routes and do all their routes first. And since we decided that we'll do Impy's route first, and move through the routes like that, starting with Impy and then what's the route order? I always forget the route order. I think it's Impy, then it's actually Abraham von Helsing. So Impy, Abraham von Helsing, Victor Frankenstein, Saint Germain, and then Lupin. That'll be the route order that we'll go with for this, just because that's the recommended route order. And I think it's a good route order as well. I think that leads you from knowing the least to knowing the most about what the plot is doing throughout the game. So, because of that, we'll accompany Impy. I'll go with Impy.
お、俺と一緒に行きたいって？やっぱりそうなるよね。いや参ったな。モテる男っぷり発揮しちゃったな。おっと、恨まないでくれよ、ルパン、フラン。お前たちもいい線いってると思うよ。でもまあ、分かる人には分かっちゃうんだよね。
Amazing.
ねえ、どうして僕たち勝ち誇られてるんだろうね。
日頃から無視されたりバカにされたりだからな。復讐のつもりなんだろうよ。
仕方ないな、カルディアちゃん。君の愛は俺がこの体で丸ごと受け止めてあげよう。
It just seemed like Lupin wanted to go off on his own to play. And Victor looks too tired after walking so far today, so you would be my most appropriate choice. Love wasn't involved. Guardia just shooting him down. Biasore is trying to cross the room as I'm trying to explain myself.
おい早くおいで俺のかっこいいところを見せてあげるからさ
Impy never listens.
腹に据えかねたら俺を呼びな。俺が代わりに殴ってやるからよ。
Aw, thanks. I start to nod, but quickly shake my head. You tell Lupin and Victor that we'll meet them at the entrance and start walking around the casino. Literally the last choice, but he still takes it as a compliment. Exactly. Like, this route is basically gonna be the comic relief route. So we're gonna start with the most funny route, and then we'll have Abraham's route, which is pretty dark, actually. I would say it's probably one of the darkest routes in the game, which will be a nice contrast to this route. Then we're going to Victor's route, which is kind of more of a middle ground. Then we'll go to Saint Germain's route, which is, again, a pretty dark route. And then Lupin's route, which is the best route. But, you know. I catch up with Impy so I can follow him around.
俺ってばさっきいいもの見つけちゃったんだよね
What is it?
じゃーんこちらです
Hard to believe Impy is even a route. I mean, I'm gonna admit this, a lot of Otome games tend to have, like, a comic relief route like Impy. There's usually the himbo route. In this game, it's Impy, or, like, in Biroshana, it's, Benkei would have been, like, the comic relief character. And there's a lot of other ones, too, especially the more lighthearted ones. I would say the reason why we didn't see it in something like Hakuoki, or if we play Caller X Malice, it wouldn't be there either, or in Pio Fiore, is because those ones are, like, meant to be really dark BNs. Like, they're meant to be a lot more serious, so you don't really have those comic relief characters that much in those. But since this game's more, like, in the middle, like, there's some darkness, but there's also a lot of lighthearted moments like this, you can have lighthearted characters like Impy. But especially in a lot of the more lighthearted Otome games, there's usually, like, a himbo character like Impy. He directs my attention to a strange-looking device with a lever on it. It must run on Steam because it releases a small puff of it from time to time. What's this?
これはスロットマシーンといってレバーを回してボタンを押すだけでお金が出てくるという魔法の機械
It gives money. Is that unusual?
君の常識がどこからどこまでなのかちょっと心配になってきたけどもそれはすごいこと
Look at his
すごいこ
face.
とだよ
Amazing. According to Impy, if you push the buttons to stop the reels so that they show the same picture, you get money.
じゃあ見ててねちょっとやってみせるからさ
He's not gonna get it. Impy waves his arms in a grand flourish and pulls down on the machine's lever. Oh my god. Impy gets a fierce look on his face and strikes a strange pose. With a shout, Impy starts to press the button with lightning speed. In a moment, chips begin to clatter into the tray at the bottom of the machine. Ah, he did it!
インピー様のこの天才技師プレイ
But part of screaming and pressing buttons was the genius engineer part. Yeah, he really does. He has a lot. It looks easy. I want to try.
それはいいけどそんなに簡単なもんでもないんだなこれはね視力反射神経何より経験が求められる高度なゲームだからね簡単そうに見えて奥が深い
Oh, I won!
え
And there's more coming out than before.
え
is pretty easy.
すげえ。普通の人間にはこんなゲートできないはずなのに。
Following that logic, you're not a normal human either, Impy.
男インピ、こんなことでは引き下がれないって。
Impy grabs his shoulder and stretches and walks up to the biggest slot machine.
さっきちらっと見た説明書きによれば、これは今回の催しのためにアメリカからはるばる海を渡ってやってきたモンスタースロット。そのリールの回転速度は異常なほどで、目で追うことなど到底不可能。カルディアちゃん、これでも簡単と言えるかな？
I'll give it a try. The reels move at a furious speed. The pictures have all blurred together. This might be difficult. I suspect that I will probably fail, but I do my best to press the buttons. I didn't get anything. Oh well.
カルディアちゃん、俺がこいつで当たりを引き出したら、俺を愛してくれるか？
Oh my gosh, Impy. I won't love you, but I certainly would be impressed.
よっしゃ、今はその一言で十分。アジアには1000ヤードの道も一歩からなんて言葉もあるんだ。
1,000 yards isn't much of a journey. I could probably run that far in minutes.
見てな、今からこの装置でインピーさんが奇跡を起こしてみせるから。
Impy pulls a small silver box from his pocket.
こいつで内部のリール速度に外から干渉。どんなスロットマシンでも立ちどころに当たりを出すって寸法だ。
Casually destroying ancient logic, heck yeah. Isn't that cheating?
技師が機械の力に頼って何が悪いのか。でも他のみんな、特に警備の連中に内緒ね。
Impy, behind you.
見ててくれよ、この装置が大活躍する様を。
Impy laughs and is about to press a button when a huge shadow falls over him.
ほほう、装置が大活躍するんですか、お客様。
Standing behind Impy is a guard with quite a lot of muscles.
この装置、最新式のオルゴールなんだよね。聞くかい？聞いてみる？
お客様、少々こちらへ。
ちょ待って。
The man seizes Impy by the scruff of the neck and half walks, half drags him away.
カルディアちゃん、心配しないで。俺たちはまだ会える。
Her love is eternal.
俺たちの愛はフォーエバーだから。
And like that, he's gone. I need to help him. What should I do?
ああ、やめとけやめとけ。
Oh, it's Lupin! I turn around, surprised to find Lupin standing next to me. And we never saw him again. Yeah, that's it. That was his entire route. Credits roll.
ノリだけの生き方も少しはマシに。あ、いや、なんねえか。
I worry for a moment. But I ultimately arrive at the conclusion that if Lupin thinks so, then Impy will be fine in the end. A little bit later, we all meet up again. Lupin was a big winner and was told not to come back by the people running the casino. Heck yeah. Victor spent his time peacefully observing his surroundings. And Impy said that he ran for his life and was almost drowned in the Thames by the security guards.
ちっとばかり派手に稼ぎすぎたが、息抜きにはなっただろ、カルディア。
Heck yeah. Yes, I've seen so many things for the first time and it was fun. Everyone smiles at my words. Knowing that they're concerned about me makes me feel bad, but a bit happy as well. I feel like I will be able to get along well with these men. Maybe a little too well. Suddenly, I flash back to that time. Is it to remind myself that I must remain alone and isolated?
カルディアどうかした？
Oh, it's nothing.
そうか？じゃあ悪いが、もうちょい付き合ってくれ。もう少しここに用事があるんでな。
Please, Mr. Villager, you're peeking the mic. I know, right? I was surprised there for a second, too. I was like, why is his voice peaking that much? That was really weird. Business?
ここはロンドン裏社会の見本市場みたいな場所だからな。失踪したアイザックの情報もひょっとしたら手に入るかもしれねえ。
Like, I like to imagine that they didn't have time to redo any of, like, the extra lines, like, all that side, like, extra dialogue. So the guy just yelled into the microphone with all his might one time, and they were like, guess we just gotta deal with it. I see, is that the reason we came here?
それもある。けど、お前の気分転換ってのが優先事項だったけどな。
Thank you. ありがとな。
じゃあ俺は先に帰ってもいい？警備の連中が追ってこないうちにずらかんないとやばいからさ。
インピ？君は一体何をしたんだ？
おい君、止まらないか。ここは主催者に認められた者しか入れない場所だぞ。
There is some commotion at the entrance.
なんか揉めちゃってる。
You look towards the noise and see a man surrounded by a number of the casino security guards.
あれ？あの人どこかで。
We're about to meet our final love interest that we haven't met yet. A friend of yours, Victor?
いや、そうじゃないけど。
Suddenly, a loud bang rings out, and in the next instant, Lupin pins me to the ground. Lupin?
いいから伏せてろ。銃声だ。今の野郎。周りの警備員に撃ちやがった。
From the floor, I look over to where the man was. All the guards who have been around him are on the ground.
まさか、ヤードが僕を追って？
いやいや、そりゃないっしょ。無関係な相手にいきなりぶっ放すような物騒なやつがヤードなら、まず自分を逮捕しなきゃじゃん。
Yeah, Impy is right. Impy's logic is sound. Which is a thing to say. Panic is beginning to spread because of the gunshots, and screams can be heard.
とにかく、詮索は後だ。発砲したやつの姿が見えねえし、こいつを狙ってる可能性もある。逃げるぞ。
Yeah, we still gotta wait like 5 billion years before we're on your route. It's too early to be pinning us against the floor. But then, Lupin is helping me up when a threatening metallic click can be heard behind him.
逃げる？今この私から逃げると言ったのか？
Yeah, it's the final guy, a cold voice.
そんなことが可能だと思っているのか？
I gingerly look up, and there he is, the final boy.
ジョージ・ブライトマン。名を偽った割に素顔のままとは随分と大胆だな。アルセーヌ・ルパン。
答える義理はね、だいたい人の名前が知りたきゃまず自分から名乗ったらどうなんだよ。
お前のような盗人に名乗る意味があるのか？
The man narrows his eyes.
おとなしく怪物を出せ。お前が盗んだのだろう。
怪物？何のことだ？俺様が最近盗んだ。
Oh,
麗
Lupin!
しいレディーが一人いるくらいだぜ。
黄昏が欲する怪物。お前が騎士団からかすめ取ったことはすでに知れている。 隠すことに意味はない。私はそいつに用がある。素直に引き渡さなければ痛い目を見ることになるぜ。
Lupin's like, oh, he doesn't know.
なるほど。答える気はないか。
Oh, look, it's the mean boy route, yeah.
やむなしだな。
I can see the man's finger tighten on the trigger of his gun, but Lupin is faster. Look at that! Oh, this is so... I love this. This is one of my favorite parts of the common route right here. This is such a good part. In a heartbeat, Lupin has a metal stick in his hand pointed at the man's face. Like, look at these sprites. These are both really good sprites.
Boom!
Lupin shouts, and the stick emits a blast of smoke.
さっきの私の言葉をもう忘れたか。アルセヌ・ルパン。
今のうちだ。逃げるぞ。
Lupin grabs my hand.
遅い。
Suddenly, Lupin disappears from my side. The next moment, I see his body fall right in front of me. I realize that somehow Lupin had been thrown into the air and dropped. Well, he's dead. No, you'll be fine.
もう一度言う。怪物を出せ。
ルパン、伏せて。
Oh, Victor for the save! Victor stands and shouts, throwing a glass tube. It's probably the same way he dispatched the soldiers we encountered in town. The man's shotgun goes off and the tube explodes in midair.
着眼点は悪くない。が、奇襲が通じるのは一度までだ。
ダメか。
くそ、腹立つ。なんなんだあの野郎は。
Lupin has already taken my hand and is pulling us away from the man. And then...
Hey! インピーさん到着
Oh my gosh, Impy carrying Victor catches up to us.
ちょっとインピー、下ろしてよ。
Put me down. Victor protests as he is carried.
このままの方が絶対早いから気にすんなって。っていうかルパン、あいつ何者なのよ。
さあな。大方、黄昏が差し向けた奪還部隊だろ。一人ってのが下せねえが。とにかく急ぐぞ。
We escape the casino and run towards one of the wooded parks in the city to use it for cover. We look behind us, but no one is behind us. Do you think we lost him?
まあ、俺もルパンも体力ごとならその辺のやつにはそうそう引きを取らないからね。きっとあのショットガン野郎も諦めたんでしょ。
インピー、そろそろ僕も下ろしてほしいんだけど。
おお、忘れてた。
I forgot about you.
しかし妙だな。あの手のやつがそう簡単に引き下がるとは思えねえな。
Yeah. Lupin peers through the forest cautiously.
やべえな。俺たちまんまと奴の術中にはまったかもしれねえぞ。
What do you mean?
あの男が俺たちを偶然見かけて襲ってきたとは思えねえ。
それは確かに。
あの場所にはいろいろな情報が集まる。いずれ俺らがあそこに来るだろうと踏んで網を張ってたとしたらどうだ。だとしたら俺たちが森に逃げ込む可能性も最初から計画のうちに入れ、この森の地理を頭に叩き込んでるってこともあり得る。
いやいや、いくらなんでもそんなことはねえだろ。警戒しすぎだって。
いや、 あり得るよ。ずっとどこかで見た顔だと思ってたんだ。けどさっき直接言葉を交わして思い出した。
Where did you see him, Victor?
バッキンガム宮殿。確かあれは。
Suddenly, Lupin turns serious.
伏せろ。
A gunshot explodes just as Lupin shouts. The man appears from the shadow behind a tree.
ほう、私の気配を感じ取るか。アルセーヌ・ルパン。ただのコソ泥ではないな。どこで訓練を受けた？
あいにくと俺はただの華麗なる泥棒紳士さ。
どこまでもふざけたやつだ。
The man doesn't even point his gun at us. He walks towards us slowly, seemingly defenseless.
そうだ、やっぱりそうだ。彼の名はエイブラハム・ヴァン・ヘルシング。
A hero of the Vampire War, known as the Human Weapon, his mastery of a dual shotgun fighting style is seen by many as humanity's best. Yes, there are vampires in this game. Don't worry, there's plenty of other supernatural stuff that's gonna be happening in this game. Yep, Vampire War, there are vampires in this game, and guess what? We'll be meeting some vampires soon enough. Don't worry. We will meet vampires in this game, and there's gonna be other magical stuff that'll happen in this game, especially when we do the Count Saint Germain's route. When we do his, and they're worried about one girl with a mechanic. Yep, and there are vampires.
2年前の吸血鬼戦争の英雄だ。英国におけるナイトの最高の栄誉。並ぶものなき地上のしるべを持つ黄昏最高の武力。
Vampire, a subspecies of humanity. They are physically stronger than humans, with stronger members being closer to pure-blooded vampires. The greatest title and honor in the United Kingdom, given only to select knights. Only a few have achieved this title in British history. But yeah, don't worry, we'll get even more magic stuff soon enough, as I said, especially in Count Saint Germain's route. A lot of magical nonsense happens in that route.
吸血鬼戦争。
Vampire War, a conflict between humanity and vampires that took place 2 years ago. Humans were able to win due to a powerful gas weapon used by the British Army. No. The second one was for the Great Excellency thing that they were talking about that some select knights get. That was a different one besides the vampire thing. That was a separate dictionary definition.
ああ、その凄まじい強さからついた呼び名が
Garlic gas, heck yeah.
そうだね、バン。
私は黄昏を引退した身だ。過去の栄光などに興味はない。
ああ、確かに過去の栄光だな。今じゃ泥棒のケツを追っかけ回す落ちぶれようだ。見てらんねえぜ。
安心しろ。私もお前のようなやつを好き好んで追い回したくはない。目的が達成できれば危害は加えん。おとなしく私に従え。
Aw, snap. He points his shotgun at us again, but Impy stands between Von Helsing and us. Impy?
あんた吸血鬼戦争の英雄だって。だからどうだってんだ。俺が相手になってやるよ。3人とも俺が時間を稼ぐ。先に逃げな。
No, this man is strong, isn't he? You're in danger.
心配ご無用だよ、カルディアちゃん。安心して、俺が絶対に君を守るから。その代わり、この戦いが終わったら俺と、いや、これは後で伝える。
What could it be? The more Impy talks, the more worried I get about him. What's he talking
必
about?
ずまた会おう。大丈夫。二人の愛の力があればきっと再会できる。わお、いきなり撃つなよ。今話中だっての。
Time for Cardia to give this man a hug. Gloves off. Kill him? You want him to kill? You want her to kill him? Burn him alive?
くだらない芝居は終わったか。来ないならこちらから行くまでだ。
焦った分だけお前の寿命は縮まってんだぜ。これでも俺は怒ってんだからな。
Impy dashes forward at superhuman speed, kicking off a tree and jumping high into the air.
すごい。
くらえショットガンメガネ野郎。インピーダイナミックインパクト。
Amazing. Impy is blasted away by the man's shotgun. He falls to the ground and doesn't move. Wow, he's freaking dead. Nah, he's not. He's fine.
身体能力は高いがそれだけだな。大道芸人でもやっていれば大成したかもしれない。
Impy!
いけない。早く手当てを。
待て、二人とも。あいつはここに置いていく。
Lupin, what? Rest in
いいか
peace,
ら来い。
Impy.
フラン、カルディア。
ルパン、これは間違った選択だ。インピーを見せてはおけない。
ダメだ。それじゃ奴の思うツボだ。
Lupin doesn't stop running as he talks. But
なあ、わかったわかった。説明はしてやるから。足は動かしたままにしろ。実際のところ、あいつの怪我は大したことね。
なぜそう言い切れるんだい。
Lupin sees his chance to get rid of a romantic rival. Yeah, he's like, yeah, let's leave him. Goodbye, Impy. You're McFrickin' dead. Cardia's mine now, except it's not because we gotta wait 5 billion hours before my round unlocks.
あのバンって野郎は人殺しなんてできるやつじゃねえってことさ。
Huh?
賭博場にいた時だが、撃たれた警備員たちの様子を覚えてるか？一人たりとも血を流しちゃいなかった。至近距離でショットガンぶっ放されたら普通は体がバラバラになるってのによ。あいつの銃に入ってる弾は殺傷力が極端に低いもの。おそらく岩塩弾。要は塩の塊をぶっ放してんだ。
He's seasoning
骨
you.
折ったり気絶したりはあるだろうが、せいぜいそこ止まり。バカみてえに丈夫なインピーならなおさら心配ね。
すごいなルパン。あの状況下でよくそこまで冷静に観察できるね。
おうおう、褒めたたえるのは無事に帰ったらで構わねえよ。とりあえずこの辺りでいいか。カルディア、お前は茂みに隠れて時間が過ぎるのを待て。フラン、俺たちは奴がこいつの気配に気づかないように誘導する。できるな。
わかった。
But that will put you two in danger.
危険だから俺たちがやるんだよ。まあ、撃たれたってせいぜい骨折る程度だ。お前がさらわれるより全然マシだろ。
カルディア、相手は一人なんだ。バラバラに動いた方がリスクは小さくて済む。
I hesitate for a moment, then nod. I'm going to trust them. Be careful, you two.
ああ、君もね。
まずい。もう近づいてきてやがった。カルディア、とにかく隠れろ。
He must have heard some footsteps coming. I follow Lupin's instructions and huddle behind a nearby bush. Right after that, Von Helsing appears directly across from where I'm hiding.
逃げ足の速さだけは驚嘆に値するな。
それにやすやすとついてくるお前に俺は驚嘆してるとこだぜ。バンヘルシング。
A bush off to the side shakes. I look over to see.
おールパン、それにフランもよかった。すぐに合流できて。って何、いきなり絶対絶命の場面に遭遇。
Impy, I'm so glad he's alright.
ほう、確かに直撃させたはずだが、即座に追いついてくるとは呆れた頑丈さだな。
あいにくとそいつは殺しても死なねえくらいに頑丈でな。おかげで俺も迷惑してんだ。
それどういう意味？
この窮地でも軽口は減らないか。ではもう一度尋ねよう。怪物はどこにいる？
知らないって言ったら信じてくれんのか？
自身が大切でなければそれはお前たちの自由だ。
The four men stare each other down, unmoving, as the tension fills the air.
そうかい。けどな、そんな人も殺せない銃で脅されたところで口を割るほどバカじゃねえよ。
人も殺せない銃。なるほど。
Van Helsing levels his shotgun at a nearby tree and fires. There is an explosion and the tree falls.
これで撃たれて死なないというなら実に恐ろしい事実だな。
木が爆発した。
こいつで撃たれてたらさすがの俺も粉々だったかも。
ミニグレネードか。状況に応じて弾薬を使い分けるってか？
理解が早くて助かる。さてでは選んでもらおうか。バラバラになるか怪物の居場所を吐くか。
聞くが、その怪物とやらを見つけてお前はどうするつもりなんだよ。
質問しているのは私だ。答えろ。
Van Helsing's shotgun is pointed directly at Lupin's chest. No one is able to move. If anyone does anything suspicious, he might pull the trigger. Van Helsing is unmistakably in control of the situation. I decide to come out or keep hiding. Let me see. Okay, yeah, we're supposed to come out here. Lupin's not gonna like that, though. He would have preferred if we kept hiding here, because he has a plan. As he always does. Lupin always has a plan. But we're not on Lupin's route. We can't be on Lupin's route, because Lupin's route isn't open yet. So we're gonna say that we're gonna come out anyway and make him mad. He's gonna be like, why did you come out, Cardia? You idiot, you buffoon. But we're gonna do it. Here we go! Don't do anything, I'm right here. I stand up and reveal myself. I am Big Salty.
カルディア、何をやってるんだ。
Lupin saved my life. I can't just stand by and watch this.
カルディアちゃん、かっけー。
Van Helsing narrows his eyes and looks me up and down as if sizing me up. In the next instant...
逃げろ。
Lupin shouts to distract Van Helsing, but the man clubs him with his gun. Lupin falls to the ground. Lupin! Nah, he'll be fine. Lupin!
粗末な作戦だな。黙っていろ、ルパン。
Van Helsing's piercing blue eyes are directed at me.
お前は誰だ？ルパンの一味か？
Yeah, as I said, he doesn't know. The monster you're hunting is me. Just don't hurt them, please.
お前が怪物だと？
The man who had done all this with a flat expression all this time finally shows an emotion. Surprise. TVA pattern. Nah, we're good. Yes, I'm the monster. Why do you want me? I'm not lying. What do you want?
ホロロギウムという宝石を持っていると聞いている。それを渡せ。
I can't do that. Even if I could give it to you, I would probably die.
何？どういう意味だ？
I loosen the buttons on my shirt and show him the gem embedded in my chest. I've been told that this gem is a replacement for my heart.
いえ。お前は何者だ？
My name is Cardia. Isaac Beckford is my father.
アイザックの娘だと。
Why do you want me? For a different reason than I initially set out with. He was like, now I kind of, I kind of want to date you now. He appears to be in true shock.
ということは、お前はまさかあの男とのつながりが。
A connection? What could he mean?
都合が変わった。アイザックに関して知っていることをすべて話してもらおう。
Yeah, flashing the titties always works to disarm the enemy, exactly.
私はある男の秘密を知る必要がある。あの男が本当に不死身なのかどうか。それを。
Exactly, it's the way to go, Rolf. You're so right. A term used to refer to creatures that do not die naturally and have great resistance to injury. Portal?
おいおい、唐突に何言っちゃってんのよ。
黙れ。私はこの女に質問しているんだ。お前が本当にアイザックの娘だというなら、知っていることをすべて話せ。
He is my father, but I'm sorry, I remember nothing before 2 years ago. That's all I know.
記憶喪失とでも言うのか。まあいい。口を割らせる方法などいくらでもある。お前は私と一緒に来てもらうぞ。
A memory disorder with various psychogenetic or exogenous causes. The protagonist's symptoms include not being able to remember anything before a certain point in her life.
てめえ、そいつをどうするつもりだ？
黄昏の取引材料に使う。そうすることで奴をおびき出す。
取引材料？やつ？もっとわかるように説明しろよ、このショットガンメガネ。
うるさい、黙っていろ。お前たちが知る必要はないことだ。
バン、提案がある。
Victor nervously raises his voice.
君はどうやら黄昏の命を受けて彼女をさらいに来たというわけではないようだ。そして君は彼女を取引材料にすると言った。ある男の情報を得るため黄昏を相手にと。ならもっといい方法がある。ファン、僕たちは黄昏に狙われ敵対しているし、君の欲するアイザックの秘密を
Oh my gosh, Rolf.
それにカルディア、彼女はアイザックの思惑に
Heck
迫るため
yeah.
の
Next, we'll see some sparkling people and we'll know the truth. Victor looks straight at Von Helsing as he continues.
君の求めるものはきっと僕たちの行く末で手に入る。彼女を取引材料にする必要はない。
Von Helsing's stern expression doesn't change.
何が言いたい？
Join us, dude. What do you think he's...
協力し合おう。
Yeah.
僕たちの目的を考えれば互いに助け合えるはずだ。
フラン、何言っちゃってんの？
While Impy shouts, Lupin silently watches Victor.
お前たちが私の目的に手を貸すというのか？
そうだ。僕たちの目的は 矛盾し合うものじゃない。互いに利用価値がある間は利用すればいい。
私に何のメリットがある？
付き合ってみればわかるさ。彼らは有能だ。僕の知識も力になれると思う。僕もアイザックの研究には少し見識がある。彼の秘密を探るなら役に立ってみせるよ。
利用価値がないと判断したら、そこの女を連れ去ることになるが。
そうしたければすればいい。ただし僕たちは全力で彼女を守る。その前提の上で提案する。君は僕たちと協力するべきだ。エイブラハム・バン・ヘルシング。
Van Helsing narrows his eyes slightly and looks at us all as if to evaluate us. Then,
申し出は辞退させてもらう。足手まといを引き連れる趣味はない。
Van Helsing looks down at all of us.
そういうことだ。お前さえいれば私はこと足る。おとなしくついてこい。
With his gun still out and in this tense situation, the only thing I can think to do is obey. I start to walk towards him.
待てよ。誰が足手まといだって？
Lupin stands between me and Van Helsing. With nothing but a smile, he's standing up to a man with a shotgun pointed at him.
私から女一人守れないお前たちを足手まといだと言ったんだ。
へえ、そうかい。そういう言葉は連れ去ってからいいな。
いいだろう。お前を打ち倒し、その眼前で彼女を連れ去るとしよう。
In an instant, Von Helsing has both of his guns trained on Lupin. However, Lupin still smiles confidently. If he keeps this up, he's going to get himself killed. Lupin dead. What an awful thought. Lupin, don't worry about me.
いいから見てろ。このメガネ君が俺に負けて驚く顔を。な。
お別れだ。
Von Helsing's finger tenses and... Lupin! The gun goes off and I shut my eyes. When are we eating Von Helsing? Heck yeah. But I don't hear a scream or a sound of a body falling. I slowly open my eyes in fear to see Lupin standing completely unhurt and Von Helsing's gun lying smoking on the ground.
暴発だと。
ル
Oh.
パン・ザ・マジックなんてな。どうよ、驚いただろ。プランは説得するためだけに長々語ってたわけじゃないぜ。お前の注意をそらすのも兼ねてたっつうわけ。
I love him so
まあね、
much.
ルパンなら好きさえあれば何とかしてくれると思ってたよ。
あれ、俺ひょっとして戦力に数えられてない？
Nobody responds to Impy's question.
何をされたか消せねえって顔してるな。魔法の種はこいつさ。
Lupin raises his hand to display a tiny metal ball.
賭博場でお前から逃げるときに失敬したルーレットの玉だ。こいつに粘着ゴムをつけて丸めておいたのさ。お前の自慢のショットガンに詰め込んで暴発させてやろうと思ってね。
いつの間に私の目を盗み2丁同時にか。
一丁はお前にぶん殴られたとき、もう一丁はプランに気を取られたときだ。怪我がなくてよかったな。こんだけ派手に暴発したってのによ。
Get fricked! Get fricked! Wow, I didn't even notice.
泥棒ってのは常に人の隙を伺い、影に隠れて動くもんだ。これくらい朝飯前だぜ。このルパン、生来の負けず嫌いでね。やられっぱなしは趣味じゃねえのさ。
こそ泥め。
I love him so
大泥棒
much.
と呼びな。
ワン、もう一度言う。僕たちに協力してほしい。
A tense silence goes on for some time. Eventually,
いいだろう。
yay! New Tomodachi! Let's go! I suddenly relaxed, not even realizing how tense my body had been while waiting. It seems the fighting is over. Yay!
ありがとう。
ふぅやれやれ、今日も俺の活躍で事なきを得たな。見ててくれたかい、カルディアちゃん。
お前は瞬殺されてたじゃね
He blew you away instantly. No, you were great, Impy.
カルディアちゃん、分かってる。君は分かってるよ。
念のため聞くが、本当にこいつらは有能なんだろうな。指名手配犯ビクター・フランケンシュタイン。
あ、やっぱり僕の素性はバレてたんだね。
当然だ。これだけのやり取りをした上に、あの薬品を用いた独特の戦法、気づかないわけがないだろう。
I inhale sharply and look around at Lupin and the others. Also, if you're talking about going on the route Azure, after we finish Impy's route, we'll go on to Abraham Van Helsing's route. It'll be Impy, then Abraham Van Helsing, then Victor Frankenstein, then Count Saint Germain, and then Lupin at the end. These people are all so reliable. If I stay with them, we can overcome anything. Even this poison in my body can be... No, I genuinely want to eat him. I mean, what?
大丈夫かい？
Amazing, Azure. Yes, I'm fine. I can't believe Azure is actually a personified snake, IRL. I was just thinking about how I could trust all of them, but it would be too embarrassing to admit it. A monster. Even if I am a monster, these people are genuinely concerned about me. They consider me a friend, and I feel the same. Actual Cannibal Azure, heck yeah. Actual Cannibal Azure Killy. Oh, we're on to the next chapter, Chapter 3, Educational Days. I think that's a good point to stop, now that we're on Chapter 3.
我らの食船とする賜物を祝福してください。これらの食事
This
が
prayer is
罪
still
深き
so
我々の
weird.
体の心の糧となることをお許しください。
That's the official lore, yes, heck yeah. But yeah, let's save. Okay, so we do 1, 2, 3. Yeah. We're gonna save here and call it for today. Next time we'll continue on with the chapter. As I said, we're only on chapter 3, and there's 8 chapters in the common route. And then of course there's the chapters within Impy's route. And then after that, we'll basically be able to skip most of the common route for after that, because it'll be basically the same except for some of the changes that come from making different choices. And then we'll go through each of those routes, and then when we get to Lupin's route, I'll probably just play it all in full from start to end, because I think it's a good route to just experience in full from common to into route and everything. It kind of all goes well together just because of how so many scenes are Lupin X Cardia scenes just in the common route in general, as we've been seeing, which is great. Making sure the save is there, yep. But yeah. Wait, how do I, oh yeah, a menu. But yeah, see, look, memory trunk. The trunk that we got from Lupin is now in our menu, which is pretty cool. So we can go here and we see all the different extras that we have, the different events and music and movies and extras and all that is all in here. It's great. But yeah, it's awesome that this is like, oh, yep, this is the thing we got from Lupin. to have as our own little travel bag. It's cute. But yeah. Anyways. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thanks for watching, Azure and Rolf. All of you are great. Thanks for being here. And also, Owen, thank you, all of you. I'm excited to continue on this adventure. And see where things end up. Let's see who we shall raid. See, Twitch to see who's live. I don't think I muted the site. Let me quick mute to make sure. Oh no, it's starting to stop with the opening. See. Oh, Epic is live. Let's raid Epic. And no you, Rolf. No you. But yeah, next stream, of course, is on Saturday, more VN night. Though, as I said before, I'm thinking about possibly adding another stream at some point. So that'll be exciting whenever that happens. Can this stop going to the thing? Oh my gosh. But yeah, so I might bring back the what is it? I might bring back the podcast. That's what I was thinking of. But we'll see. We'll see if that's what I'll do or not. Regardless, I'll let you guys know. And of course, I'm gonna talk with Lulu and Barry at some point about maybe bringing the podcast back. I don't know yet. I definitely want to start, uploading more stuff to YouTube. More of the streams and stuff to YouTube. So, that'll be fun once I do that. But yeah, I'll see you guys on Saturday for more VN Night stuff. And thanks for hanging out. I love each and every one of you so much. Thanks for being here. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.